When we're good.
Let's start.
Hey family. So I had some really good news that I said I was going to share today. This is the newest addition to my recovery team. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Tony Davenport, and we're here in my office, Kinetic Touch Medical Massage, and I am a self-proclaimed energy medicine practitioner.
Ooh, I like that.
I have a master's degree in exercise science. I'm currently a doctorate of natural medicine student. I have about a year left before approaching the start of my dissertation. I use pulse electromagnetic field therapy, shockwave therapy, frequency-specific microcurrent, among other things, to help people feel better, facilitate their healing, reduce pain, and increase movement and function.
So let me explain why I'm here and how I even got the opportunity to be here. Facebook actually gave me a friend recommendation. It was for him. Didn't know him. Looked at our mutual friends. Saw that we had 3 people in common that were related to adaptive golf. One who's an amputee, one who has a brain traumatic injury, and the other person who's just very important. So I thought, I love adaptive golf. It's helped me to get stronger, so let me see what he's about. Then I find out he deals with massage, he deals with people who have paralysis, spinal injuries, all types of injuries, to get that mobility back. So that's why I reached out to him and I came today. So I had my first session. I'm a cross between super relaxed and super hyped right now. So the first thing we did was related to the oxygen. Can you explain that?
So Valkeon is the name of the company, name of the machine, the vendor. Singlet oxygen is what it does. So it's Swedish. It's made in Sweden, and represented through the United Kingdom with my team there. And basically, it takes oxygen molecule, an O2 molecule, humidifies it, separates it into O1, and then you breathe that O1 into your lungs with a breathing tube. Everyone gets their own cannula, the breathing tube. And the research, 2018, 2012, 2011, and more, microbiology research shows that singlet oxygen can kill viruses. I'm officially saying it's not killing corona. I don't know that it is. I don't know that it isn't, because it had been researched. And I don't say stuff without research backing it. But I can say there's research here in the office that backs singlet oxygen kills viruses. So that being said, it also kills envelope viruses, because there's ones with envelope and some without. That's just for the people who know about it.
Right.
So, because there's somebody's already questioning.
The science folks.
Yeah, but what about it? So,
right.
So it kills envelope viruses. That means that if it does get in your body, that means it's going to suppress its activity. That means it's going to give it a hard time to function. It's going to boost your immunity to help fight it off. It's going to use your own natural macrophages and natural killer cells to destroy what's not supposed to be in there.
Right.
So it's boosting your capabilities. It's a line of defense.
That's fantastic.
Living forward with this pandemic doesn't mean we all 330 million U.S. citizens get the vaccination, because we know people aren't going to get it.
Correct.
Right, exactly.
It means having your body's line of defense strong enough to fight it if it shows up. I offer that.
So it was a very interesting experience. He said that it basically energizes people, but for me, it made me super relaxed. Like I actually got sleepy. And you said, why was that? That was just my body getting to homeostasis.
Homeostasis.
Okay.
So where our body, our brain, you through our vagus nerve. So that was one thing I haven't done. The vagus nerve. I didn't do that on you today, but I will. The vagus nerve stimulation that I do, vagus nerve is cranial nerve number 10. It runs from the brain to every organ in the body. It tells the brain what's going on with the rest of the body. It is the power and the commander-in-chief, powerhouse of your parasympathetic healing nervous system. Right? The parasympathetic branch of your nervous system is what heals your body, what regulates certain functions or deregulates certain functions. There's a time when we need to be excited, and there's a time when we need to be calm.
Okay, so fight and fight.
Yeah, fight or flight motion. So if you get stuck in fight or flight all the time, that means you don't sleep. That means you're in pain. That means you're grumpy all day. That means you're having all kinds of other chemical imbalances that are happening, not because something's wrong with you, but just because the natural state of your body isn't where it's supposed to be.
Right.
So with that, singlet oxygen can help your body get to this state of homeostatic equality where you're just, okay, I'm good now. I'm settled. And she called it a legit high is what it is.
Yeah, 100% a legit high.
It's a legit high.
Let me explain also why I came here. So most of you right now know I have multiple sclerosis, and that's something that impacts the central nervous system, and it impacts people in different ways. For me, it's the biggest thing that I have is dealing with my right leg and a tightness and spasticity. So it makes me very tired quickly. It messes with my balance. I generally use a cane to walk, especially when I'm outside of the house. So the reason why I came here is the work that he's done with spinal injury people, those who are actually in wheelchairs and paralysis. So after we did that, can you explain this that we were on?
All right, so under here.
Can we even see it?
Yeah.
Because I'm curious, I haven't even seen it.
I cover it with sheets.
But I was on it.
Okay, so I'm a massage therapist. That's my license. Yeah, I have masters and all these other degrees and certs, but I treat my table like it's a massage table still.
True,
so I put linens on the sheet and I change and wash them. Like for every person, like this set's going to go in the wash, and then a new set goes on here for the next person. So under here, this is a flat PEMF mat from Pulse Centers. Pulse Centers this is made in America, right here in Cartersville, Georgia.
Oh wow! Okay,
and the training centers in Peachtree Corners. So big shout out to my team at Pulse Centers. They've had a lot of faith and trust in me. They've done stuff for me that I'm not sure they've done for a lot of other practitioners, but I'm not calling it out. I'm just saying they had a lot of faith in me and they stayed with me, and it took me a year upon discovery to get this into my hands in my own office. So we persevered through the trials and the growing pains of getting that. The contour mat is here against the wall, but this one I use flat because I can turn a person on their stomach. The contour mat doesn't allow me to do that. You can only lay on your back on it. So here I can work with a person on their back, and I have the different accessories to reconfigure for different concerns. So if you tell me it's my hamstring, it's my hip, it's my shoulder, I have a different accessory to reconfigure, fold, and contour it to your body to pulse through that area. So the pulse is going to help your cells function better. It's going to help cell waste get out the cell so the cell doesn't die. It's going to help nutrients get actually into the cell that can't because toxins and heavy metals are blocking the passageway to get in the cell. So once they get in, now the cell functions better. A cell functions better, a tissue, that means a ligament, a muscle, can function better. Or a kidney cell can function better, or a liver cell can function better, a lung cell can function better. I'm pulsing your lungs. Now this is going to break up the mucus accumulation, the mucosal accumulation that the virus would otherwise cause. So again, now that's researched. Any mucus accumulation in the lungs just helps break it up so your body can flow better. This has research that supports breaking up arteriosclerosis, atherosclerosis, and helping people with heart disease. So if it's helping with something that more serious, then which still outranks the virus, and I hate to say it, in terms of total deaths annually. So in this country. So with that said, heart disease is still the #1 killer of Americans, and if this helps people with heart disease, helps people with CPOD, with asthma, with emphysema, then it can help with the breathing aspect that the virus would otherwise interrupt. So the single oxygen, while you're getting pulsed, becomes a powerhouse combination. So this guy is crucial because in her case, not just all of that stuff I just mentioned, but in addition to, it helps excite your neurotransmitters. So the myelin sheaths around the nerve cells that transmit the signals, they get energized. You know, there's a statement that we say in the electrical medicine world, you would charge your phone, why not charge yourself? We don't plug ourselves into the wall.
That makes perfect
So
sense.
this is charging you. 100%. This is charging your electric cells. Because here's the truth of it. Central nervous system, electric, bioelectric, damage it. What happens? Paralysis. You can damage a muscle, you can still use it. You can break certain bones and still bend and move them. You damage your central nervous system.
That's a wrap.
Okay, all bets are off. What do now? We use electricity to energize it to repair it. We give it nutrition, to raw materials to repair itself, the building blocks, and then we energize it, and then it works.
No, what was really interesting for me in doing this, because I'm sure everybody's wondering, how does it feel? It does not hurt. It is very interesting though, because when we started, my upper body felt that much more, and more specifically on my left side, but we kind of worked our way all the way down. When you got down to what's really weak for me, which is my right hamstring and my right calf muscle, my feeling was less, but the benefit was still there. And then you worked specifically on my feet with, what did you use?
So I used a Russian friend.
Because this was very interesting.
Where is he hiding at?
Was it over there?
Inside the case right there.
Yeah, right here.
Could you
all right. Yeah, you know where I put it.
Right.
I got so much in here. I got to look where I put it. All right, so I'm certified. I'm a certified technician with Avasia microcurrent. But before finding Avasia, which is based out of Florida, I found SCANAR. And SCANAR is an acronym for self-controlled ergo-neuro adaptive regulator.
And in
keyword
plain English.
A keyword adaptive three keywords: ergo-neuro, energy, nervous system.
Oh, okay.
Adaptive. This thing is calibrated by Russian scientists for the cosmonaut program in the 50s and 60s to interface with the human nervous system.
Interesting.
To listen to the nervous system, give it feedback, and push energy into it. So at different frequencies, I can change the frequencies on here from 0.5, or actually from 15 hertz to 350 hertz. The Avasia device goes from 0.5 to 1500 hertz. So this interface, now you have 3,000 nerve endings on the bottom of the foot.
Right.
I'm certified in foot reflexology. Is part of my massage therapy package. So by treating the foot, you can thereby find other disruptions and problems going on in the body. So energize the bottom of the foot, painting on it with. So again, this is the pandemic times, and people are, hey, social distancing. Okay, yeah, I get it.
No, I feel like I'm sitting on it.
I get it. You know what? I get my oxygen treatment every day. I get my pulse every day. She just got it. Right. The virus isn't in here. So your precious virus is not here today. so you know, like the horror movies.
Right.
It's not here today, priest. So sorry. I hate to disappoint. You bring anybody here. I don't care who you want to bring. Fauci, the president. I don't care. Right. I'm strong in this room. So, and I'll say it to the rest of the world. But people ain't trying to hear that though. That's fine. So I'm not touching her. Here's the thing. She's fully clothed.
Right.
I'm a massage therapist. I try to tell my other massage therapist colleagues, here's how I'm still in work. I'm not physically touching you. The person's not getting undressed. I'm working on top of the clothes, through the clothes, with gloves on, and the devices are getting sanitized. So on the bottom of her feet, I'm able to treat with the SCANAR, the onboard electrode, and I raise the intensity level to her comfort level, and I work through the bottom of the feet for 10 minutes on the bottom of each foot. Right. That energized with the pulsing happening. Right. So mind you, I'm pulsing somewhere else on her body. So now I'm energizing the nerve bundle all the way up. You got sensory from the bottom of the foot to the brain and back down.
And sorry, not to interrupt. I just have to say, I felt things I haven't felt in terms of like that stimulation, because I'm not really walking. Everything has been going on. I've been sitting down a lot more, but since that was going on, I felt all these. I don't even know how to say it. Pulses,
the
pricklies, but it felt like it started my foot, it came up my leg, up my thigh, and that's not something I felt in a long time. So I felt my body reactivating and turning on, and my muscles like, oh yeah, we thought you forgot about us. So that was another benefit of today.
So that's the thing. I'm turning on systems that are turned off. The science is what supports all of this. There, for each and every piece that I own, there's a significant set of research that backs each one. And I spent anywhere from 3 months to a year researching it before I even was able to make a purchase to even use it. So I became ingrained in depth enough to better understand. And I don't have a photographic memory, so I can't spit verbatim names and articles, but I can go do a quick search and pull them back up. A lot of them I saved. Like I said, I'm a doctoral student. I've been in a PhD program since 2016. I write papers that my biggest one so far is a 120-page project. You know, the writing of it is, the body of it's 55 pages. That's a lot, even on double spaced. You know, so, and they don't let us say anything that's known knowledge without reference. So I have to back something. I can say the sky is blue. We all know that is a truth. But if I don't say Barnes and Haynes 2018 ETAL blah 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 found that the sky is blue based on the molecular structure, the way the eye sees it, whatever, I cannot say nothing without it being referenced. I am telling you that everything I've done is scientifically based. It is no one practitioner, including our medical doctor experts that we trust, read every piece of research that gets produced worldwide. No one does. So it all comes down to what you choose to engage with and how you choose to understand it. So somebody could say, oh, it doesn't work. Okay, we'll tell that to the hundreds of clients that I've served that are out of pain the first time I touch them in an hour or 2 hours. Tell that to the
and
lady.
Walking faster.
And walking faster.
Let's just take a quick second to give my little testimonial real quick.
Yeah.
So we were in here, we're doing a lot of work. He told me it is very common for people to want to use the bathroom. So of course, with that being said, I had to use the bathroom halfway through. But the time it took to walk down there, it felt like, well, you noticed more because you saw me walking in.
I saw you walk in.
So walking out, it was more smooth.
Yeah,
it was more.
It was just boom, 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 boom. Before the pause, the delay.
True.
So
true. The tightness
the timing gets off when you just let your body be how it's going to be.
Yes, sir.
So when you intervene, and say, you know what, I'm not going to let it be that way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to really own this $25,000 piece of equipment. Mm-hmm. There's things for about $400 that I can get you in the chute with. Mm-hmm. But when you move faster, move quicker, and you move faster, move quicker, more consistently.
True. And steady.
And steady.
I was steady.
Yeah, so you're not losing your balance, not falling off. That's what's
exciting.
meaningful. So this result, honestly, is what's meaningful. Making this video is what's meaningful. We're gonna show the rest of the world because I said in some of my other YouTube videos, my status in the scientific community amongst the researchers and my peers has little effect, little meaning to me at this point, because this result matters more to you, the person who I'm going to help.
Sure.
Right.
It does. I don't care if I write something and they disagree with it and they go in their labs and they try to reproduce the results and they can, or some variable changes. Okay, if you want to know, come here and we can work together and we'll figure it out.
That's what's up.
I had a physical therapist last night email me from New York, watched my video on the stroke survivor. I helped him walk 75 yards one way to his dock from his house through grass. A hemorrhagic stroke survivor nonetheless.
Wow.
Because ischemic stroke is different from hemorrhagic stroke. It's harder to recover from hemorrhagic. So he walked 75 yards, 2 years of me working with him, to his dock without me holding on to him at all.
Right.
And then he walked back. On the way back, he got a little fatigued. I had to help him probably the last 10 yards. I had to help him there.
Still winning.
But still there. So this physical therapist said, hey, can I use this in practice up here? I'm practicing privately. It's like, well, you're in New York. You know what your state laws are.
True.
You've been tested on it, so you should know. Well, your private practice, you don't have to worry about what somebody else is going to think. If you work for one of the main companies who says, this is what we do here, so you're not doing nothing different. That's what happened to me. I was at a company, paralysis recovery. This is what we do here. I started doing something that's different, that's not on their scope. That's fine. It's not that they're bad people. I love them. I love them to death. My heart beats passionately for them. But I'm doing something different. Science took me in a different direction, and I had to go in that different direction. If you work for a company, you can only do what they do. But if you're by yourself, you can buy it, you can legally use it, go ahead. You have the training to support it. So that's what, combining this therapy, using the bioelectricity and the medicine to help people just get better, feel better, and the other professionals in the world, the physical therapists, the occupational therapists, the chiropractors, the medical doctors, the doctor of osteopathies and naturopathic doctors, all these doctors, I'm trying to become one. I've been wanting to be one. I'm finally doing it. I'm finishing it. And all of that, if these high minds disagree, so she don't.
I do not.
Her results don't.
Amen.
So, you can be on whatever. I'm using Tesla's work. I'm using Raymond Rife's work. Y'all laughed at them when they were alive.
Okay.
I ain't saying I ain't nowhere near smart as them dudes. I ain't gonna be smarter than them.
Right.
But he will be.
But I'm gonna go down.
100%.
Y'all can laugh. Y'all can sit back and say, "Oh, it's not working. We're not gonna listen. We're not gonna go." Okay.
And can you tell me real quick? Can you tell me about the water that I will be drinking?
All right. So the singlet oxygen device has two capabilities. One is the breathing. The other is the same process. Change the attachment and put it down in a bottle of water. So I used Fiji water. So one of my, again, a mentor, love him to death, Tommy Benefield, taught me a lot about the quality of water. He chooses Fiji for a reason. And here's a man I have no reason to doubt scientifically on any capacity. He's one of the best men I know. And I follow in his footsteps with that. And I take the Fiji water, I put the attachment in the water, and I run 5 minutes. So it's going to kill the impurities. It's going to knock out any impurity might be in the water. I mean, one thing is no one thing is 100% pure.
Right.
So you got to treat it. You got to do something to it. It's good. Some of them brings it higher than others in its normal status. But I kill the impurities and then I energize the water. So now the O1 molecules floating around inside the water, you know, that obviously, you know, H2O molecules already formed, so it's not going to bind to it and change the composition. But now when it gets into your system, it's going to give you that uptick, that burst. You will be able to taste the difference in the quality of water. You can ask anyone who's done it, who I've given it to, especially people who are avid. When you drink water constantly, if you're drinking Coke and lemonade and sugar and stuff, and you won't and you don't drink water a lot, you're not going to be someone particularly who has a palate to taste that specific difference. A lot of water. You might. I'm not saying you won't, but someone who really like drinks a lot of water, a lot of filtered water, oh, I can taste the quality in that. That's when I knew. I mean, in my 20s, I fell in love with good crisp water, because after a good workout and you got some good clean crisp water, oh, that is like liquor, that is like Kool-Aid, or that is like that sweet drink you like to drink. So that's what it makes you feel like when you're really into water. So with that, you get to see, you get to feel, you get to taste the difference, and then you feel the difference, because now with the oxygen and with it going into your digestive system, it's energizing you, it's hitting your bloodstream. It's in your bloodstream in 2 places, and now that just upregulates your whole system. The biggest thing, it upregulates your ATP, adenosine triphosphate. It helps your mitochondria and every cell function better. If it functions better, you're going to feel more energized, you're going to feel more peppy. It's a natural high. It'll last throughout the day.
Exactly.
You won't, I mean, you'll go home, eat dinner, take a shower, do whatever, and fall asleep naturally. You won't, I mean, I could have drank 16 ounces of coffee in the morning. Don't matter. If I do the oxygen and the water together, I'm going to sleep naturally. I'm not going to have a restless thing. I'm not saying just to get out of jail free card to go suck down coffee and then do that. That's counterproductive. I'm just saying that it does help your body achieve balance. So equilibrium, homeostasis is what we're trying to achieve. Now, and another aspect of the science we won't get into, allostasis is your body adapting to the demand you give it to achieve homeostasis. Allostasis is different. So again, no one person reads every study, everything, all that stuff. So allostasis is the demands that you place on your body, and it trying to say, here's a heavy demand, now I got to get back to homeostasis. And so I got to adapt to these demands. Well, this is going to help allostasis get you to homeostasis, then you're good. So you need the oxygen.
Amen.
And you're welcome. That science lesson was for free.
But
I will be providing all this information. Please get familiar with seeing him on my page, because I'm going to be coming here a lot, getting stronger, getting healthier, going to be sharing all the things that he does. So anyone who's interested, please reach out, tell them your name again and the name of your business. So
Tony Davenport.
In Marietta Square, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm in the square. So I'm right on the outskirts of the square, so we can beat the traffic and everything. Kinetic Touch Medical Massage is the name of the business. On Facebook, you just type in Kinetic Touch Medical Massage, it'll come up. On Google, same thing. You can go on there, if you search out the address, whatnot. My website is massagepainaway.net. The whole point is massagepainaway.net. And it has the About Me tabs. It has more testimonials. Videos from my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is same thing, Kinetic Touch Medical Massage. And on Instagram, it's Kinetic_Touch. I have a Twitter. I don't use it. I just make sure posts make it to there. But that's Ortho Massage ATL. Again, I don't use it heavily. So if you message me through Twitter, I'm not going to respond. I don't log into it. I just make sure things are on there. I guess I should look in there more. But Instagram, I'm always in there. I'm always on Facebook. I'm definitely always posting on my YouTube channel. This video is going to go up on my channel as well. So so people can see, and I'll take anything I post on my YouTube channel, also share on LinkedIn. So if you search Tony Davenport on LinkedIn, you'll find my, again, professional profile. Again, you look at the testimonials of me working with people. I live in a world where we can't, as a practitioner, you can't please everyone. But there's few people I've dissatisfied.
And that's right.
So, and of those who are more indifferent, maybe they have something more chronic that needed more time to deal with. And you can't fix, something that's been going on for 10 years in 1 hour. So I feel it, but I don't, or this, that, and the other. So I get it, but like at the end of the day, You know, you can ask anybody who's worked, who's been under my hands, and you'll know that we're in a good place because I'm trying to grow, and I'll end on this because I can talk for hours. The certifications, the training, the education I get, it's indebtedness. Our system is the way it's set up. You go in debt to get an education.
Fair enough.
I mean, I didn't have an opportunity to have it paid for. The Marine Corps, they gave me $14,400. What? And even in 98, 99, that ain't. That was 2 semesters. You know, barely 2 semesters. So, and I went to a cheap school. So I ain't gonna say the name. You can look on my profile and see the name where I went for my undergrad.
Don't worry, he's upgraded since then. He does not have cheap knowledge.
So the thing is, I don't mind going in debt, paying for some education, training, if it means I'm better for you.
Nice.
My prices aren't set to price gouge you. It's less than $100 an hour for the knowledge that I possess. People already started calling me doctor. They won't let me let them call me doctor, you know, because of my knowledge and what I'm doing. And I say, hey, I'm going to earn it. That's the Marine in me. But the truth is, I don't care how much debt it takes. I don't care how long it's going to take me. I will keep acquiring knowledge and education and not price gouge a person. Because I'm exploring my desires, you know, financially and materially, if you want, when it calls to anything. I'm able to do that and help people, and it's a benefit. You know, I can get what I want. It don't have to be $200-300 an hour like some of these people are out here. You're not gonna see me flossing a Land Rover and a $500,000 house.
Right.
You're just gonna see me. You might in a couple years see me in a Viper, you know, or a Corvette. Then again, I may have spent 40 or 50 grand on, but not no $100,000 car. You know, maybe when it's brand new, but you know, it's gonna be used. Just, you know, so the thing is, I have the heart on my sleeve is to practice, and the business is still to practice with the heart. You know, I'm not gonna price gouge you.
Okay.
So,
Good stuff.
It did?
that was it.
Okay, that's okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
And thank you, Movie Man.
I know.